Eventually, by Leela Malfoy on AO3. Episode 5. Chapter 5. Mike clocked into his shift with his ears ringing. The fluorescent lights too bright. The freezer hummed too loud. He didn't sleep the night before, his brain buzzing with exhaustion. All night, memories that once seemed platonic with Will had gained a whole new meaning. Not only from Mike's side, but from Will's too. What else hadn't he been able to catch? What had he been too stupid enough to ignore? He told himself he wouldn't think about it on shift. That was not a work-appropriate line of topic if he wanted to maintain being fine. Which he was. Or trying to be. He stepped out onto the floor, his sailor hat slightly crooked on his head. Max was sitting on the counter blowing a pink bubble with an astonishing large amount of bubblegum in her mouth. Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to arrive. 20 minutes late, Wheeler. Sorry. Mike responded weakly. His voice sounded foreign to his own ears. It sounded hoarse, cracking easily on each syllable. Max hesitated before speaking again. I had to open up without you, you know. I already had a few customers. I was looking forward to you taking them so I could take some more time on the you suck side. May as well add some anyways, Mike said dismissively, checking the freezer temps that Max had always seemed to forget. He wrote them down in the daily record book. Since I suck so much. You could say that again. Max snorted. The bell rang on the counter, and Mike looked to see Erica standing in front of the counter as she usually did, her arms crossed. Mike? Mike walked over to the register, every step feeling heavier than the last. Erica had a quick answer for him today. Salted caramel. I haven't had that one in a while. Mike's heart dropped to the pit of his stomach. Salted caramel. That was Will's favorite. You heard me, Captain. Erica replied, grinning from ear to ear. Mike looked down at the register, taking a deep breath in. So, yeah, Elle needs you, Mike. And she always will. Mike shivered, and it had nothing to do with the coldness of the freezer right next to him. Okay, yep, coming right up. Waffle cone, Erica said. 3 scoops with sprinkles. Mike nodded absent-mindedly, opening the freezer door. He could feel Max's gaze on his back, pinning him. He just felt so strung up. His shoulders was tense, his ears still ringing. He went to pick up the waffle cone for Erica with shaking hands, knocking the box of cones onto the floor from where it was in the shelf. Waffle cones fell scattered all around him, and Mike swallowed, breathing in deeply. Max and Erica both waited, not saying a word. Mike opened a new box of cones, picking one up and reaching for the ice cream scooper. But he had subconsciously slid the scooper into the chocolate ice cream. Hey, hey, hey! Erica interrupted, watching his every move. I said salted caramel, not chocolate. Mike shook his head, shaking himself out of whatever trance he was in. Sorry, yeah, I'll do that. Wheeler? He heard from behind him. Max. I'm fine. Mike snapped, not looking at her. He didn't mean to, not even knowing where it had come from. Wheeler? She tried again, undeterred. Something's going on with you today. Mike closed his eyes so tightly that white spots appeared in the sea of black. When he opened his eyes, Erica was watching him intently. You look green, Erica said. Mike dropped the scooper into the salted caramel, turning away and tossing his sailor hat onto the counter. He didn't look at Max. I need a minute. Mike rushed to the employee bathroom, closing the door behind him with a huff. He didn't dare look at himself in the mirror, instead marching forward to the furthest stall and letting his back slide against the wall of it. He fell to the floor with his head in his hands, trying to control his breathing. He couldn't do this. It was all becoming too much. The guilt, the shame, the warmth in his heart. He was doing such a good job at hiding it, keeping it just below the surface. But when Elle told him about the painting, the dam broke. It collapsed. Mike hived, clutching at his work pants and straining against the fabric. It wasn't nothing. He ducked his head, his throat burning. He didn't want to cry. He wasn't going to cry. He hadn't cried since he thought Will was dead. Not that way. He was threatening to cry now. He heard the squeal of the bathroom door opening and, carefully, approaching steps. Wheeler, you in here? Mike froze where he was, his head in his hands. Of course, Max had to find him like this, in the most embarrassing and humiliating state she could. He didn't answer, but the footsteps kept approaching. When she had reached the open stall at the end, she sighed. He could tell she was watching him carefully, as she had been the past few weeks. Ever since Will had come in to get the ice cream, he felt like he was being assessed. Max had taken a step forward, inviting herself into the stall. She slid down the white bricked wall across from him, mirroring his position. Okay, she said bluntly. What happened? Nothing, Mike replied, a second too late, his voice hard. The irony wasn't lost on him. Max waited, not moving an inch. Mike didn't know if she waited seconds or minutes before the first tear slid down his cheeks. Wheeler, she whispered, her voice uncharacteristically soft. Her eyes were wide. Mike could tell she was becoming uncomfortable, but he really couldn't care about that at this moment in time. The simple use of his surname made him break, falling apart in loud, racking sobs. He completely ducked his head away from her peering eyes, his shoulders shaking. Max stayed. Her only movement was her shifting in her spot, and Mike couldn't take it anymore. I'm such an idiot. I let him. Fuck! Fuck! I let him lie about it. I let him lie to make me feel better, and when he cried, I turned away. Mike's breathing was heavy, his voice panicked and going up an octave as he spoke. Max stared at him, with her head tilted to the side, not asking any questions and allowing him to continue. The him didn't need a name. She already knew. It was him all along, he continued, his vision blurred from the tears. It wasn't Elle, that painting. He told me it was Elle, but it was him, and I don't know what to do with that. Max sucked in a breath and swallowed. Mike kept going on, the words spilling out like water from a tap. I feel so guilty all the time. So much shame. He forced out the last word. And he's the one person who can make it better, and fuck. Mike let out a breath, running his hands through his hair. I'm in love with him. Max didn't look surprised. See, Michael? See what happens? Mike retaliated, sick shame coursing through his bloodstream. The words were punched out of his throat. I know I shouldn't. I know, but I'm in love with him. So in love with him. Max swallowed, her voice gentle. I know, Mike. Mike stopped crying, stopped breathing, just for a moment. He stiffened, blinking at her. You what? Max shrugged, like this was all simple. She brought her knees to her chest, letting her other one sit limply on the floor. I've seen it. Mike shook his head, taking in a deep breath and trying to control himself. So clearly, he wasn't hiding it as well as he thought he was. Wonderful. I don't know how to do this. Wheeler, there is nothing wrong with you, Max said, her voice blunt, clear in his metalled head. You aren't wrong for loving him. There's nothing wrong about it, no matter what this world has told you. Mike swallowed. I know that being gay isn't wrong, just. He was at a loss for words. Max picked it back up. You just feel like it's wrong for you? Mike nodded, not looking back up at her. He stared at the brick wall behind her instead. She sighed, resting her chin against her bent knee. It's not wrong, Wheeler. Not for you, not for anyone. If you love him, you should go for it. That snapped Mike right back into his world. He turned to her with wide eyes. I should go for it? Are you insane? I've seen things, Wheeler. Max responded, rolling her eyes at him playfully. I'm not as oblivious as you have been. Mike went silent, and Max did too. The silence wasn't uncomfortable. It felt needed, like the words that were shared needed space to breathe. Mike steadied his breath completely, wiping the dried tears from his eyes. When reality had completely sank, he had turned to Max, confused. If you're here, who's at the front? At that, Max smiled. Erica. Erica. Mike replied, the name slipping out in shock. I didn't really give her a choice. Max shrugged. I just put my hat on her head and told her she could boss people around. She told me that after every shift I have to bring her more ice cream when I visit Lucas. Mike huffed out a quiet laugh. Sounds like Erica. The silence stretched on a bit longer, fears coming to the surface of Mike's head. He swallowed, turning to Max. What if it ruins us? His and Will's relationship had just been rebuilt. They had both had so many long, late-night conversations. They had just becoming better with each other, smoother. It felt like it had before. This would make everything crumble down. It already has. Max answered, and Mike sat with that answer, not replying. The thought of Will crying in the van, his shoulders shaking. The thought of every long stare, every lingering glance, every time Mike stared at his lips. And Max was right. It already had ruined them. It had ruined them long before either of them truly knew what it meant. It's not my fault you don't like girls. It had ruined them. And it was still ruining them now. Max didn't let this next bout of silence linger between them, instead groaning as she stood up. She walked to the door of the stall, her hands lingering on the red wall. Her voice was firm, but still had that gentle quality to it that Mike wasn't used to. You need to talk to him. If you need time, fine, but you can't go on like this. Neither of you can. She was right, but he would never admit that to her out loud. She wouldn't live it down. What if he doesn't want this? Mike asked, his voice unsure. He does, Max said with finality, as if there was no question about it. Mike turned his gaze to his legs. Max blew out a long breath. I'm going out there. Take whatever time you need, I guess. Thanks, Max. Mike replied, giving her a small smile. Yeah, whatever, Wheeler. She replied, her typical playful tone back. She swept from the bathroom, her curly red hair waving behind her. Mike's head knocked against the wall of the stall as he groaned, rubbing his face with his hands. There was no pretending anymore. He was in love with Will Byers. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, holy shit, I just realized the thingy looks weird and neon. I actually kind of like it. I like it a little. It's actually kind of cool. Ooh. It actually looks a little cool. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I don't know how long it's been like that. Sorry. I think it's because I saved it as transparent and I forgot that the white behind that was just the canvas that had it, so like it wasn't like I put the white there, therefore if I, you know, it'll, you get what I mean. You maybe don't. Sorry if you don't. Chapter 6. Summary. Will gasped. Uh-oh. Gotta go. Confess, Michael. Please, God, you're killing us here. Interesting. We also only have 2 chapters left? Oh my, this is going on fast. Lilo Malfoy, I really do enjoy this fanfic so much. I'm enjoying making this podfic because of the fanfic. I love it. I keep wanting to check if there's other fanfictions. I know the other ones are just Harry Potter, but still. It is super, super good. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for letting me podfic this so far. Like, ugh, I love it. Love. I don't think you understand. My Byler obsession is just like off the radars. It's off the radars. I am actively trying to search for other other fanfictions to do for this time slot. This is for time slot. This is no longer like notes for the fanfiction. I'll go back to the notes of the fanfiction, but this is definitely like I'm getting to the point where it's like, oh shit, I should have had one already prepared. Normally, so for example, I have like a list of My Hero Academia fanfictions that I do, you know, already prepared. And it's just weird that I don't have one already like prepared. Normally I do, as I said, normally I have it already freaking ready and shit, but like I have a whole list of, you know, fan fictions that I could do. Oh, it's this thing. Where is my list? Oh, it's right here. Oh, wait, no, hold up. I do have a list. Wait, have I gotten permission from these? I have to check. I thought I didn't. It's other Byler, though. Not saying that's bad. Not saying that's bad, y'all. Sorry. That was a really weird way to say this. Oh, yeah, it's under approved. So I have gotten approval. Okay, never mind. I was panicking for nothing. I want to do something not Byler related. No offense to Byler. Love you. Love Byler. But I also just, since this time slot is the only time slot I have for, to podfic fanfictions of other fandoms that isn't My Hero Academia, I kind of want to do a Bloody Mary fic, which is, Bloody Mary is the ship between, it's a cross fandom ship. So it's the ship between Simon the Convict from Iron Lung, the movie, and Ryland Grace from Project Hail Mary. Mainly the movie, but the book is also pretty similar too. And I think in that one, most people take things from the book and things from the movie and just mashed it together, you know, since they're actually pretty similar to begin with. So I love that so much with a passion, with a heart. I'm currently actively trying to get in contact with this one author, but sorry, I'm looking at something. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I don't have this in my thingy. I should have it in my asking list. Oh, now I remember. I remove it from here and put it over there, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive. Oh well. So no, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next. That one is very long, and that one's very. These three, I think I've read. I know Byler fanfictions I tend to read before I do them, but I don't remember this. Oh no, I do remember that. Yeah, no, I remember reading that one. I don't remember reading that one, and I don't remember reading that one. But this one is such a fun thing to do. I like as I mentioned before many times, I do like Mike and Max's dynamic and their friendship. I love it. I adore it. With a passion. I just for some reason I really love it. It's unexplainable, but it just is. I love it. I just do. It just is. It is just what it is. Okay, I don't have much to say. As always, my Rangers, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.